You're fluent and you're qualified, but in the moments that matter the most, your words simply don't land. And if they don't land, you don't get the credit. You don't get the opportunities. And I'm gonna tell you why. This has nothing to do with your fluency and everything to do with how you speak. And in this video, we're going to fix that. Now, I'm gonna give you the truth that no one talks about. If fluency was the key to confidence, every native speaker would sound powerful, but they don't. You have met native speakers who talk too much or lose their audience or just simply fumble through their own sentences. And on the other hand, you've also met non-native speakers who simply just step into a room, say one thing, and the whole room stops to listen. So what's the difference? The difference, my friends, is presence, not fluency. Because at the end of the day, confident communication isn't in the words, isn't in the advanced vocabulary. It's in how you say them. Most of you who are probably non-native professionals and you spend years learning how to sound correct, but you're not learning how to sound powerful. And those two things are not the same. Because when you are so focused on correctness, on being correct, what you do is you speak carefully. You hesitate, you overthink, you add unnecessary words to avoid sounding too direct. And in that hesitation, in that caution, in that over-explanation, you still communicate, but you communicate something without realizing it. You communicate uncertainty. You communicate doubt. You say, I'm not fully sure of what I'm saying. So guess what? If that's the energy you put out, guess what's going to happen? People will pick up on it before they even process your words. So basically, what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter how good your ideas are. And I'm sure you already know this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much experience you have, how skilled you are. It doesn't even matter if your English is perfect. Because if you don't sound like you believe in your own words, no one else will. And this is exactly what happened to one of my clients. This person, she was fluent, she was smart. I would say she was more qualified than 90% of her colleagues. But every time she spoke, she made herself smaller without realizing it. She over-explained. She kind of softened her statements. She added words like, I think, or maybe, or could this be a good idea? Instead of just saying what she meant. And we worked together. So once I pointed it out, once I put it on the surface, she started to see it as well. She noticed how native speakers weren't doing any of that. She noticed how people responded differently when she spoke with certainty, when she started to actually believe herself. So I gave her only one challenge in the beginning. I said, cut the fluff. And now I'm giving it to you. There's one shift that instantly makes you sound more confident. And the shift is two words. Say less. The most powerful people in the world, they don't over-explain. They don't talk in circles, and they're not hoping to be understood. They say what needs to be said, and then they stop talking. They pause. They add influence. And now I'm going to show you exactly how to do it with practical examples, because I've created a formula that I know is going to help you. So let's get straight into it. All right, everyone. So I have my phone with me because I wrote some examples that I want to point out so that you will see the difference between speaking weak English versus speaking powerful English. So I call this the power speaker formula. And now is a good time to take some notes. So pause the video to take some notes if that's what you want. So the first thing that I always teach my clients is you need to cut the unnecessary words. Because what most students usually do is they try to speak more because they think that this is going to make them sound more, more knowledgeable. But in fact, it's the exact opposite. So you need to cut the unnecessary words. You need to cut to the point, be direct, and be very concise. Say it simply. Nobody teaches you to say things simply. Everyone teaches you advanced English, which is not how people speak. Okay? So let me give you a weak sentence. So we're going to go weak sentence, and then I'm going to give you the powerful version. So a weak sentence might be something like, I think that maybe we should consider trying this approach because it could possibly work better in some situations. First of all, this is a very long sentence. It contains a lot of unnecessary words like I think, maybe, trying this approach, it could possibly work in some situations. It's very unnecessary, and to me, it communicates uncertainty. So let's see now a more powerful version. How can we simplify this? This approach works better, and here's why. Then I'm adding reason number 1, reason number 2, reason number 3. Very simple. So you can also add here, I believe, or in my opinion, this approach works better. Let me explain, or here's why. And then you go, reason number 1 is this, reason number 2 is this, reason number 3 is this. What do you guys think? Bam. You are simple, you're concise, and you communicate confidence. All right, the second thing you need to do is, please, guys, if you are a professional who is going to meetings, who is leading meetings, who is giving presentations, all of these things, even in casual conversations, the words I think, or the word maybe, or just, these are weak words and they make you sound unsure, even when you think you're just adding a few words into the conversation. So let's see a weak sentence. I wrote it down like this. I just wanted to quickly mention that I think this might be a good idea to try. A lot of unnecessary words. Can we cut to the point? Can we simplify this? Yes, we can. Let's see the powerful version now. This is a good idea. Let's try it. I hope you get it, how simplifying things actually works without adding I think, or just, or maybe we can try this. Let's remove all of that. So drop anything that sounds like you are asking for approval. All right? The third thing you need to do is if you are speaking, if you're giving a speech, if you're explaining something, if you are giving an update at work, you need to break all of those super long sentences into short ones. And you do this by practicing, guys. So all of these things are not just going to come to you when you need them the most. You have to practice them. So if you are catching yourself speaking way too long and your sentences are super long and you lose yourself in the process, you have to practice cutting things down. So let's see the weak sentence. One of the things we could potentially do is to review the project scope again and see if there are any aspects that we may have overlooked or need to revise before finalizing the strategy. I'm lost. Even I didn't even get what the thing is about. And I specifically made this sentence to be very complicated. Let's see how we can, you see it on the screen, let's see how we can simplify this. Let's review the project scope. Pause. We might have overlooked something. Pause. We'll finalize the strategy after that. What do you think? There we go. Shorter sentences. You have more clarity. They have more clarity. Everyone has clarity. You seem confident. And it's very simple. It's simple as that. Okay? The fourth thing is to replace fancy words, or I like to call them advanced words, please. Again, simplify. Big words, they don't make you sound like you're more powerful. In fact, it's the exact opposite. The more simpler you speak, but with the more conviction you speak, the more powerful you're going to sound. So as a weak sentence here would be, we need to optimize the operational efficiency of the process to ensure maximum productivity. Very advanced. Now, a more powerful version would be, we need to make the process faster and more effective. Which one to you sounds more powerful? To me, the second one for sure. All right, the final thing, which is something that I see a lot of you mistake, is the tone. So if you are giving a statement, you need to end it as a statement. You don't end it as a question, which is something like this. Maybe we should send the report by Friday? I'm scared. I'm communicating fear. How about, let's send this report by Friday. You see the difference? Maybe we should send this report by Friday. The intonation is rising. Let's send this report by Friday. The intonation is falling. So when we're talking about intonation, it's really important that you listen and you understand the difference between rising and falling intonation. So when it's a statement, you always want to have a falling intonation. If it's a question, for example, what do you think? The intonation is always gonna rise. Confidence is assertive. It doesn't ask for approval, and it has nothing to do with language. So here's what's gonna happen when you start speaking this way, when you start practicing my power formula. The first thing is gonna happen is people will stop interrupting you. People will start listening, actually listening when you speak. And one of the best benefits is you will feel more in control of your conversations instead of just shrinking inside of them. So from now on, I want you to think about this framework every time you speak or even write an email. So whenever you speak or you write something, I want you to run your sentences through this 3 steps I just mentioned. Step number 1, remove unnecessary words. Simplify as much as you can. Step number 2 is break long sentences into short ones. Step number 3 is to replace complex advanced words with simple ones. That's it. Apply this to every conversation you have, every email you write, every meeting you speak in, every conversation. Apply it every time. And this is what I teach my clients, and their transformations are insane. Insane. People go from being ignored in meetings to leading conversations, from hesitation to speaking with authority, from holding back into owning the room. Because when you shift how you speak, everything changes. Your confidence, your presence, the way people respond to you. So now it's your turn. I'm opening Beyond Fluency Academy, which is a community and a program for people who already speak English well, but lack the key ingredient. You know already what it is. It's confidence. So if you're done being ignored, and if you're ready to own every conversation you walk into, this community is going to be for you. Beyond Fluency Academy is going to open soon, but only to those people who are on the wait list. And if you want to be the first in line, I'm leaving a link in the description box below. You can click on the link, leave me your email, and you're going to be on the list. And finally, if you want to build unshakable confidence when speaking English, watch this video next, where I'll break down the exact steps I took to become a confident communicator. All right, everyone, I hope you found this video valuable and helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think about the Power Speaker formula and if you're gonna use it. And maybe let me know which of these things were you actually using so far, but are gonna remove from now on. So maybe it's the adding unnecessary words, or maybe it's speaking with long sentences. So let me know what's your biggest problem in the comments, and let's have a conversation. Until the next video, I wish you a beautiful day. Don't forget to stay zen, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.